Episode 9, the return of the king of the last video game podcast. I think this is our actual third week in a row of
That's
doing
a
this.
new record, honestly. So I'm Stream. This is Farm.
What?
We have a guest.
Hello, I'm
Who
the
are
guest. My name is Kris.
You're supposed to introduce yourself at the beginning of a podcast. Also, wouldn't episode 9 be Revenge of the Rise of the Skywalker or something?
I don't. Kris, have you seen the new Star Wars movies?
So, no, but
Me neither.
no, I haven't. I'm sorry.
No, dude, it's okay. It's okay. It just means you have taste, I think.
Not the biggest Star Wars fan.
No.
Mm-mm.
I mean, yeah. It's Anyways, how you doing?
I'm doing okay. I just had some yogurt, some vanilla
Oh.
noosa that was pretty tasty. My dad made some BLTs, very tasty.
Are you a Greek yogurt guy
Uh,
or just classic?
I think it's okay when you put a little honey in it and some granola.
Mm-hmm.
I'll just eat whatever's in the fridge. That's kind of what my thought process was.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
I can't stand Greek yogurt.
Aldi
Really.
sells really good Greek yogurt, but only the vanilla. If you get the plain, it's disgusting. But if you get vanilla Greek yogurt from Aldi,
I fucking love Aldi.
Aldi's rules.
Aldi's such a magical place. It's like a
Oh.
tiny Costco.
it's the happiest
They
place
let
on earth.
their cashiers sit down.
They
Oh
do.
my
Come on.
God.
They
That's the homies.
So
Dude, I went on Saturday and they had 3 lanes open. That's how busy it was. It was insane.
Wow.
I've never seen it before. I've seen 2. I've never seen 3.
Do you guys
I think it's because of the hurricane.
Do you guys remember Fresh and Easy? Did they ever have those around you?
Ooh.
No, that might have been a West Coast thing.
That's the vibe I got in when I walked into Aldi's. I was like, this is like Fresh and Easy. It's fucking.
I've never been to a Fresh and Easy.
Used to be a great
Man, if
grocery
Aldi
store.
sold video games, I would never
They might.
go to Walmart again.
They might sometimes. They have that aisle of just random shit. I wouldn't be surprised if you stroll in one day and it's Death Stranding is in there.
No, but that's they would have copies of the Wii version
Yeah.
of Bratz.
Do you guys
or something,
have
you know?
Big Lots?
We do, yeah.
So
I don't know that I've been to one.
I've never been to one, but they do exist.
I found my copy of Animal Crossing, whatever the fucking City Folks, the Wii one. I found the Wii version of Animal Crossing there for $20. Saw it and I was like,
Holy cow,
shit!
that's a steal.
That was back when it was new, and by new I mean within the past 5 years. It was a pretty
One
good
time
steal.
I sold a copy of Animal Crossing City Folk to GameStop,
Mhm.
and it did not have the disc in it, and they didn't check, and they gave me store credit.
You're gonna get
Oh.
arrested, dude. We gotta edit that out. You can't just.
And then, well, the thing is, later on, I found the disc, and I was like, "What?"
Score, dude. I'm trying to think of if I have any cases I could bring down to GameStop now.
They check nowadays. I think I just got lucky.
Yeah, I Super Smash Brothers Ultimate. I bet I could turn in.
Mm-hmm.
Hey.
Hey,
They'd probably give you $5 for it and then sell it for 60, right?
Yeah.
they'll probably give you a single penny cut in half, and then they probably are gonna sell it for $1,100,000.
You know, they used to have things like that. They were called hay pennies, and they were worth half a cent.
I think I have one of them. I think I have a hay penny.
When I was a kid,
That ruled.
there used to be these guys who would come to your house. And they have they have scissors. They would bust out their suitcase with their scissors, and they'd be like, "Look at these scissors! They can cut through a penny." And then they'd straight up just cut a fucking penny in front of you, which I'm guessing is
Oh, was it like Cutco, but for scissors?
yes. And I think it was Cutco, but yeah, it always impressed me. I always wanted to be one of those guys.
I think that's illegal. I'm pretty
Oh,
sure.
yeah,
You
it's
can't
like a
destroy
federal-
currency.
Yeah.
It's like a felony to deface
It is a felony. Yeah.
currency.
Here at the Last Video Game Podcast, we unequivocally condemn destroying any kind of currency.
Mhm.
If you want to destroy it, mail it to our P.O. box.
Can you destroy Bitcoin?
It's not currency, so yeah.
I mean, No, I don't mean like legally. I mean like, is it possible? I feel like it's not.
Yeah, you just like
possible.
throw away the
smash a
hard drive.
right? It's like, yeah,
Hmm.
because it's
Yeah.
just ones and zeros stored in the hard drive. So
Hmm.
if you like throw it in lava, then
Well, you destroy the like the way to access it,
yeah.
but it's still somewhere, right? Or unless
Well, is it?
No, bitcoins are never anywhere. They don't really exist. I just destroyed a bunch of bitcoins. I just made a bunch of bitcoins. It's all.
Wait, did you really? Like how many?
I'm mining Bitcoin in my mind right now.
Can I have some? Because like,
It's giving
you
me
know,
a fucking migraine. Dude,
my
that'd be pretty
my
cool.
friend when I was in high school mined Bitcoin. This was like 2010, mind you. He had like quite a sizable wallet, and then he lost his password. So
Get bodied.
now it's worthless.
That sucks.
Do you guys think?
I mean, I like heard about Bitcoin in like 20. Yeah, like when I was in high school, and I didn't buy any. If I did, I'd be. I knew it. Like, I knew people who used them to like buy, things over the internet.
Yeah.
Things, yeah.
That's such a waste of money in that. At this point.
Yeah, I thought it was dumb as fuck, and I still think it is, but I guess it's worth $20 million. So.
I think it's cool.
Honestly, the thing is, back in the day, I thought it seemed cool because it was like, oh, you can use this to buy weed
Yeah,
online.
I mean,
but now
you
it's
can't.
like, people are like, this is the future of currency.
It isn't.
It's like,
I just-
now I think it's stupid.
I just think like there's like a vibe shift where this thing you were using technology to buy drugs, pretty cool, and then it like swapped over to just being stocks, which is kind of fucking lame.
Right. It's just nerd
I think
stuff.
we can all
now.
agree
Yeah.
that. Well, it was always nerd stuff. Don't get me wrong. If you've ever seen our friend talk about drugs, then like research chemical shit, that's the nerdiest possible fucking thing you could do, dude.
Yeah, that's true.
It's
That's
like,
true.
oh man, you gotta try fucking MOC3PA, and it's like, whoa,
No, I
whoa,
don't.
dude, just give me some steel reserve, and
What's cool is that like they'll tell you that and they'll be like, yeah, it's like a less intense NCHI.
What are you
What?
saying?
right? Oh no, dude, if you want it to be less intense, you could just try this other 3PCH PCP laced LSD.
Yeah, that kind of stuff is crazy.
Mhm.
Have you guys ever played a video game that like did drugs well or like depicted them well?
I
Wasn't there
think
that?
my favorite recent drug related video game thing is Noida's their mushroom fungal shift shit. You kind of walk around, you're just playing a normal ass game like a normal dude. If you hold down, you can eat things. If you eat
Right.
if you eat enough of these weird mushrooms, like just reality shifts and it changes one material into another, which is kind of like unassuming at first. But if you get some weird shit, you get some real fucked up shit. And you can do it as many times as you want too.
I recall in Noida, you can find these giant tanks of like beer or liquor.
Oh yeah.
And you can use the eat function, and if you do that enough, your character will just start vomiting everywhere and covering everything in vomit.
There's so
I
many
think you can-
things you can eat in Noida that make you just vomit. It's pretty cool. It's very like you really feel like you are Noida sometimes. I don't know how else to explain it.
Right. It's the greatest role-playing game of perhaps this generation.
But like when you're playing a video game and there's like a shift. There's like a shift whenever I play video games where it's like, especially when I'm trying out a new indie game. At first, my brain is kind of like dipping its toes into it. I'm not really like fully immersed yet with the world. I don't feel like the character. But then there's like a point where it hooks you. Like you hear like a nice song or something.
You like get over the hill.
Yeah,
right?
and
You
you're
kinda
like-
get
You
the
fall in
swing
love
of
with it.
I am Halo. I am Master Chief. You
Mhm.
really feel like you are them. It's fucking cool. It happened to me with Crosscode.
I recently experienced that with I'm playing this game called The 25th Ward, which is essentially a visual novel, although it ostensibly does have some puzzles. But it was kind of a slog at first, but I've kind of gotten into the rhythm more, and I can like play it for longer periods of time. I had that with Hades too, which I've also been playing recently.
Hades is so good, dude.
That sounds like a game that I would like if I could run it.
So here's the thing about Hades Farm. Can you give me your thoughts on the dialogue, the interactions with gods and whatnot in Hades?
Yeah, I mean it's, it's. I think it's supposed to be like surface level. It's just supposed to be for fun.
Is it too like mean to describe it as like a Marvel movie-esque?
I've never seen a Marvel movie, but
interesting.
But yeah, I mean, I think it's that probably. I mean, they're just archetypes basically. So, and my impression of Marvel movies is that's all those characters are. So yeah, I mean, it's just like archetypes and tropes that they're sort of leaning into.
I get kind of annoyed when it's like, Hades is talking to somebody after he fails the attempt and they just kind of casually make a joke and he's like, ha ha ha, I'm cool and British.
You mean Zagreus? Because Hades is...
Yeah, oh, sorry, yeah, Zagreus,
yeah.
Whatever.
No, I said this like in the channel on that I think part of it is you're just supposed to be horny for them.
That is definitely true for the main character,
yeah.
for Zagreus, as you allege his name to be.
Yeah.
Like, he very much is supposed to be,
You're supposed to be horny for him, for sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh, and I am.
Yeah, I mean...
Do you think that's true for the other, like, gods
I
as
think
well?
so. I mean, yeah, I think you're supposed to be horny for the gods, too. I mean, like, all the male gods are daddies, like, all the female gods are some form of MILF, so, yeah.
The thing is, they're just not that cute, in my opinion.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's the art style, right?
And, okay, so I say all this, right, about how I really dislike all this set dressing, or at the very least I find it really uninteresting, but I think I dropped Noida partly because it didn't have any of that kind of set dressing.
Yep. Yeah, Noida's a very mechanical game, I think.
Noida?
Oh, you've played a bit of Noida too, right, Farm?
Yeah.
Noida's weird.
Yeah, it's very mechanical, and I think it doesn't necessarily like try to hook you in. You have to try to meet it on its own terms.
Mm-hmm.
And
I
is
spoke
very
to
accessible compared to that.
a friend of ours about Noida at one point, and he recommended that I download some mod that allows me to like try out each different effect individually, and just to kind of run through all of those until I understood how each one worked.
Ooh.
And then that just seemed not.
It sounds
very
like
fun.
work. Yeah, I don't know about that.
Right.
I think I remember you saying, or you were like, I don't know if I would recommend Noida, and at first I was like, I kind of thought about it, and I was like, I don't know if I would recommend Noida anymore. It's a fucking hard game.
Yeah,
yeah,
it really
though,
is.
Right?
Yeah.
It's really hard and unrewarding sometimes.
Yeah, I think I played for like 6 hours, and I realized I had no idea what the fuck was going on.
Yeah. It's cool. Oh, it's like...
I'm fine with hard games, but I don't like games that kind of make it feel like you have to like go to the wiki, And
I don't think Noida is one of those games.
I worry that Noida...
I don't think...
that's what I worry that it is. I don't know that it is,
Mm-hmm.
I think you'll definitely learn faster if you go to the wiki. But
did you guys ever play those powder games, or even maybe more familiar is the stupid games on your phone where it would give you like all the basic elements, and you'd be like, all right, I'm gonna combine water and fire, and then it's like,
yep.
I absolutely did play powder game.
Yes, those
Flash game.
Those
those were sick.
It scratches the same itch for me.
The thing is though, like, there were, as somebody who played like Flash games in school, I went to a high school where we were allowed to like use laptops before Flash really died, and so there were the different like groupings of weirdos that would play the different kinds of Flash games, and although I acknowledged and respected the powder game weirdos, I wasn't one of them.
Oh man, powder game. Something about seeing one little pixel.
Dude, there were definitely groups of kids though that were just like they would play that all day long.
Yeah.
Bro, it's like you can turn on gunpowder and then make it explode.
Dude, you can do some crazy shit. People make like contraptions and that.
Yeah,
And
they're more like
nothing.
simulation games, whereas
Yeah.
Noid is more of like an action game, I think. So I don't think the comparison really works for me. Super
Well, but the comparison is because Noida does have like powder.
yeah, but it's not a simulation game. Well,
Yeah,
it
I
is,
think
but
it is a bit.
yeah, it's more action, I think.
Oh man, I don't know if we want to like move on from this too quickly, but are you guys familiar with the like genre of immersive sim?
No.
Yeah.
Wait.
Yes.
Yes.
Such
I
bullshit.
think is it like this like Morrowind? Is that an immersive sim?
No, Morrowind is a
Sort
Western
of.
RPG.
Some people
What's an immersive
depends
sim?
on what language you play it in.
Deus
Thief
Ex?
is an immersive sim.
Deus Ex?
I think I've heard Deus
Yeah.
Ex.
Yeah, Deus Ex is big. Bioshock, System Shock, Prey 20.
Bioshock.
I've heard people
whatever.
say Dishonored.
Coder?
Yep. Coder is an RPG, Chris.
What the fuck? Okay, can you tell me the difference? Because you can be bad
No.
and good in Coder.
I can't tell you the difference.
It's like immersive sims like are just like cool, good games. That's what the vibe that
Yeah,
I get.
Well, they're
It's like,
first
your
person,
choices
too.
matter, and you get to go around and do stuff, and it's like you actually have to think.
Oh, dude, you know what I really want to fucking play? I Divine Cybermancy. That game
That's a
looks
Chris game.
Oh, yeah,
so
I remember
fucking
hearing about that.
fun.
It's insane, dude.
Oh, Jesus, dude. It's just the right amount of weird,
Yeah.
esoteric bullshit.
It's
And
it's a very fucked up game.
And
I played it
fog.
for like 3 hours, and I was like, I don't know what's happening.
it's like Borderlands, but good, dude.
No.
Oh, weird. It's a
I'm
first-person shooter?
saying that as someone who really, really likes Borderlands. And
Yeah.
has also never played I Divine Cybermancy.
There's
I
so
Go
many
ahead.
systems in iDevice Cybermancy, and they explain 0 of them.
Hell yeah.
so that sounds to me like kind of like Monster Hunter-y, which is a lot of
Oh,
fun
fuck
sometimes.
yes.
Yeah. Well,
Oh,
Monster
fuck
Hunter is
yes.
like translated by like humans. I want to say iDivine Cybermancy is like a Russian game that was machine translated. That's what it feels like to me.
I think it is.
So,
I think you're
yeah.
just right about that.
Yeah.
Some weird, unintelligible.
Do you guys
plot
ever wish
points.
that you were just like squatting in like a wet basement smoking cigarettes, like speaking Russian
No,
and developing cool
I'm,
games?
I'm not too much of a Slavaboo, honestly.
Mhm.
I, you know, if there was one place I could be reborn in, just give me another go. Make it China, dude.
Really?
Absolutely.
I don't think you would do well in China.
In like the 1600s, I would thrive.
Oh,
Oh.
I thought you meant
fuck.
current day.
Well, maybe
I
not
don't think you
even
would do well in current
1600s.
day China.
I'm thinking like maybe 1100s, some sort of dynasty. I have like
Are you saying you would want to be like a prince or something?
yeah, basically, or maybe
Okay,
like a
yeah,
calligrapher, you know, someone.
I think it would be cool to just be like a peasant in China and like die of dysentery at like age 12.
Like
would
live to
be
35 and just keel over.
Interesting. No, I want to sit on.
be pretty high.
I want to sit in a nice little caddy where 4 people are carrying me around, and I get like a cool pillow gilded with gold.
I mean, you could do that in current day America if you have enough money.
But I don't get the beautiful scenery, you know. I get
I mean, you can
to.
recreate it.
There's some beautiful places in this country, you know.
That's true.
Yeah.
I was in a few.
You know, you just get a VR headset, dude. Same thing.
That's true.
Yeah.
Just be in China.
Yeah.
I've walked across this country before. I've seen the whole thing in Death Stranding, and there's just some really gorgeous vistas. Once
Yeah.
you get to the snowy part, and you get to go around in your little reverse trike.
Yeah, the mountains are insane.
Have you guys heard of Kowloon City?
Ooh.
I've heard of it. I don't know that I know anything
Absolutely one of the most fucked up, cool looking places that has ever existed. There's like a plot of land in China where
Oh.
they could build, but they could only build upwards. They couldn't build outwards. They didn't have like the permits for it or something. But there was no planning when they were building. It was just like, all right, let's build another fucking layer. All right, let's build another fucking layer. Oh, we need water over here in this house. Let's just run some fucking hoses. Oh, the hoses are leaking. Who fucking cares? OSHA violations everywhere, just like fucking gangs roaming around, crazy shit.
I think China probably is outside of OSHA's jurisdiction.
I think it was outside of like China's jurisdiction. It was like very much not regulated by anything. Very cool looking place. Probably not the best place to grow up and live in, but I would like to visit it. They demolished it, which is kind of a bummer.
I know it's just a park there. Yeah, it looks very cyberpunk.
Yeah.
Am I allowed to
I
say
think it would
that?
be cool to take that. Cyberpunk 2077.
No, but like from, the genre.
Like, yeah, just like it's all cool. It's very what's that one game? You know the one. The
RPG.
It's a RPG. I think it's Far Cry.
It's not Far Cry.
Yeah,
It's,
there's like a Far Cry.
Shadowrun. That's
Yeah,
what you're thinking
Shadowrun.
of.
But Far Cry also had like a
Shagohod?
DLC or something.
Oh, Blood Dragon.
There you go.
Was that Far Cry?
Yeah,
Far Cry.
Yeah, but that was like cool. I mean, this place looks dystopian,
Mm-hmm.
so sort of not really the same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I do think Cyberpunk 2077 though, like that was a dystopia, and it was pretty cool.
Yeah.
I've never
You get to
played
drive
it,
around
no.
on your cool space bike like Akira and listen to scary jazz. Like it's a good time.
Scary jazz.
Wait, have you guys played Cyberpunk?
Do you get scared by jazz?
I have. Dude, they have like a radio channel that just plays scary future jazz. It's really awesome.
That sounds cool. So you have played Cyberpunk 2077, Streamo.
Yes, I have.
Did you buy it?
Of course.
No, but like, well, like, did you
As I
buy
recall,
it?
the GOG version was free to play.
Okay. Yeah. Wow, that's insane that you actually played that. Okay.
I saw our.
Why is that insane? Did you not play it?
No, it doesn't seem like a Streamo game either.
I watched our.
So it's-
Oh, I mean, it was trash. It was, yeah.
I watched a friend of the show, Dimmy, play it, and it didn't seem too bad. It seemed kind of
Yeah.
fun.
It's just GTA, right?
Yeah, I mean, I like
But
GTA.
the cutscenes, as always, are just completely. I don't understand how people even make sense of
Oh,
them.
of course.
I'll probably play it in like a year or two when it's maybe fixed. I mean, they did a lot with Witcher 3, so maybe I'm just like a dumb shill, but maybe I'm hopeful they'll fix that game because it could be cool. I don't know. I like it.
I mean, what are you thinking is wrong with it?
I don't know. Everyone seems to not like it. I guess that's the worst thing I could say. No one seems to like it.
The thing is, like, what's wrong with it? I'd heard at first that it was glitchy, but when I played it, actually, it wasn't that bad.
Uh-huh.
So I don't think they're going to fix it because I think the main problem is just that this style of game is bad.
Yeah, maybe.
Speaking of that, Chris, have you played Ghost of Tsushima?
No, I have not. It's like
Okay.
I think the most like up to date game I've played recently is probably like Hollow Knight. I don't AAA game too often. Maybe Dark Souls 3?
Hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's from a while ago.
Did you like Dark Souls 3?
I haven't gotten too far, but you can ask me about the other two Dark Souls.
Okay.
Because I
Oh,
really like
yeah.
those.
That's cool.
I'm sure.
Did you like Hollow Knight?
Oh, did I like what? Bed of Chaos?
Hollow Knight?
Hollow Knight? Yeah, Hollow Knight was good. Hollow Knight.
Is it the best game ever?
Is Auntie listening? Auntie, close your ears. No, I don't think it's the best game in the
Oh,
entire
that's-
world ever. I think it's really good though.
Yeah, it's fine.
It's a fun game. I
think it's a blast.
I really like Metroidvanias. One of my favorite genres. It's gotta be one of my favorite genres.
I used to think that I like Metroidvanias. I think I really just like Super Metroid.
That's a fucking good game.
It's so
That's
good.
a fucking good game with a very good sense of loneliness.
Oh yeah.
No other game has made me feel that weird about just walking
I
around.
think Dark Souls has that to a certain degree, but yeah,
I feel
agree,
like the
it's rare.
NPCs make me nice and happy in Dark Souls.
Have you played Shadow of the Colossus?
The first part. And
You should play
that's more of like a sense of awe than like a creepy, weird.
You should play that game. You should
Dude,
finish
I-
it.
Yeah, I'll play it.
I don't think I like that game.
I like the music.
Yeah, it definitely. I think that game is like the epitome to me of loneliness in a video game.
mhm.
Because it's like so apparent.
Have you played Super Metroid Farm?
No.
It's real good.
Interesting.
really good.
It's very good.
It's real
Yeah.
good. You're so
Yeah.
alone, dude. You're in a
I guess the
fucking
cool thing-
maze.
That's part of what, like, I started playing Metroid Prime 3, and in the first, like, 10
Oh,
seconds,
dude.
you hang out with, like, a dozen Space Marine guys. It's just like, this is not why I
I've-
play this game.
I've-
I want to be on an alien planet, totally alone, cold, you know.
I've never felt an ounce of joy playing any Metroid Prime game. Just, it does nothing for me.
Once you get the double jump in Metroid Prime, it is actually pretty nice. It can be good, but the controls are really bad.
They fucking blow. It's so bad.
Okay, but that just makes me want to, like,
Why the
again
fuck
get
am
on
I
the
shooting
record.
with
The
the A
controls in
button?
Shadow of the Colossus.
Ugh.
Well, you're supposed to play it on your Wii, right?
No,
You just
I
play 3 and you play it on the Wii. And
I
I
have-
have point with the.
Metroid Prime 1 for the GameCube, and
I bet they ported that to the Wii. I bet you can play it.
They did, yeah. There's the
Yeah.
Metroid Prime trilogy, which has all three
Yeah.
on motion
port it
controls.
to PC so I could play on a fucking mouse and keyboard.
Well,
I believe there is a. Sorry, I just yawned. There's a native port of Metroid Prime to PC, or if not, like you can
that's
use
pretty
mouse
cool.
and keyboard somehow. Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
I mean, I'm not ever going to do that, but
The thing is, like, I've tried to play Shadow of the Colossus before, and every time I just stop because it feels bad.
because it
Feels
it
bad?
feels bad.
The controls feel bad. Yeah.
But like, no, okay. I've played enough
Okay,
Shadow of
fine.
the Colossus where I think it's just that. It's like how I'm trying to think of another. No, yeah, I guess that just has to be your own.
The thing is, it reminds me of Jet Set Radio, where I really want to like it. There's a bunch of cool stuff going on, but it just feels like there's a bog in my controller.
I mean, it has like 3 buttons.
Jet Set Radio seems like one of those games where I can appreciate it from the distance, but I'll probably never play it. I think I'm fine with that. I'll just play like Tony Hawk or something. Now, that game's fucking fun.
Tony Hawk rules. Yeah.
Tony Hawk fucking rules.
Didn't they make a new one?
They did,
They made
yeah.
a new
Yeah, I
one.
heard it's
Is
not
it
good or something. I don't
I
know.
heard it was
I
really
guess that-
good.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
Tony
fucking
Hawk type
Hawk,
games
man.
are like those Rock Band type games where they just kind of ruled for a while and they never really got bad, but we just decided not to make them.
Yeah,
Just
they were
went away.
just like,
Yeah.
oh man, Rock Band fucking rules.
That
Guitar
was
Hero, so sick.
Such a good time.
Mm-hmm.
You get to yell at your friends when they like mess up the song.
Fuck up, yeah.
It's perfect. What else do you need?
You don't really have to sing in the microphone. You just kind of do different pitches.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
I never
great.
knew anyone who actually like did the singing. Like,
It was
just
mostly
do
for
it.
girlfriends. Like, let's
Yeah,
not to be a weirdo, but like if you're hanging with the homies and one of them brought their girlfriend, like she's hopping on the mic.
What did you guys play? I think the most fun I had was the drums.
Yeah,
I
for my
absolutely
money.
use the drums.
that's what I did
That
too.
stuff rocked.
Drums were sick. I could
Yeah.
fucking
I mean, so I started with like Guitar Hero 3 on Wii, and so I
Mhm.
did guitar there, and then we got Rock Band, and we got the drums at one point.
Yeah, it's the most kinetic instrument I think in Rock Band, which is really the selling point.
Yeah, imagine playing fucking
Well, 'cause
bass.
the thing is, like,
Shit was
Holy
boring.
shit, dude! Yeah,
Just fucking 4
you
buttons.
have to be such a loser. Like, like straight up.
yeah, bro, like I can do expert on bass in Rock Band,
Yeah.
so
Whatever. And like in the social hierarchy, like, all right, it's you and 2 other friends, right? Like
Mhm.
the
no, keep going. Let's hear where you're going.
the alpha male of the group is gonna pick lead guitar, right?
Oh, of
The
course.
sigma male is picking drums, and then the beta picks bass.
It's just like you get to choose which fake instrument you play. It's like, let's play fake bass.
Right? You're like, You're like, this is obviously just a way to skip past all the practice of learning guitar and instantly feel like you're a rock star, and you go for the fucking bass. Come on, my man.
Well, like, you don't. That's the thing, is like, you don't choose to pick the bass, but
You're
the
just-
social hierarchy necessitates that you do.
I do think that there is an option to play rhythm guitar, but I guess that kind of
That's-
Kills
yeah.
guitar. Oh god. Just play the fucking ukulele at that point. God.
Did you guys ever play the
Fucking
like
hated
Mario and
ukulele.
Sonic go to the Olympics games?
Yes, they
No,
were fun.
no, I had taste.
Olympics
Did
games
they
are
have
fun.
shuffleboard?
I don't think so. I don't remember.
Is-
I just remember doing the jumps on the
Is shuffleboard
trampoline.
an Olympic game?
What did you say, Farm? I couldn't hear you.
Is shuffleboard an Olympic sport?
Yes,
Yep.
it is. It's the one where they go like they try and throw stuff on the ice.
What? Yeah, you cut out there, and I don't really know what shuffleboard is. So
Shuffleboard, it's like you're trying to roll something down ice and leave it with like get it in the
No, that's not
target
shuffleboard.
zone.
Hey,
that's
That's
not
shuffleboard.
to our
That's a different thing.
listeners,
That's curling.
Okay, there's curling and there's shuffleboard, but they're like this. They're both fake sports, pretty much.
Well, yeah, but which one is in the Olympics? I mean, curling
Both.
is both. How do you have both?
both 100%. Yeah.
That's insane.
Alright.
Dude, they're cutting baseball from the Olympics in 4 years, and they're gonna. You're telling me they're gonna have shuffleboard?
Well, not at the same. It's a winter sport, obviously.
Alright. I guess I can allow that. Chris, you're gonna say something?
Yeah, all our listeners, I want you to go to EdenXI.com. If you want to download that game, you can hop on. My in-game name is Gnocchi with an E at the end. I can give you a link, Pearl. We could get started off.
What are you talking about?
A Final Fantasy 11.
Oh, do you wanna?
Is it pivot time? Is it pivot time over to the Final Fantasy corner?
So yeah. So how do you want to do this?
Well, you know, as the resident person who is among the most knowledgeable in the Final Fantasy games, I implore you to ask me whatever your heart desires. I have lots of opinions on this franchise.
What's the
And-
best one?
The best one? Ah, shit. Okay, objectively, the best one is probably either Final Fantasy 9 or Final Fantasy Tactics. Tactics is just a fucking great game all around. You want to play War of the Lions?
Tactics is the one where it's like, it's all like a fantasy or whatever.
Yeah, they're all Final Fantasy.
Well, yeah.
Do you mean like a dream?
Yeah, it has the Lelouch. No, is that the right one?
The Loosh.
I don't know. The ending is very infamous because it's like the guy like forcing you to wake up from your dream or whatever.
From your dream.
I think that's Paper Mario.
I think you're thinking of Requiem for a Dream.
I have never seen Requiem for a Dream.
Well, maybe you have.
Ass to ass, brother.
It just seems like a bad.
Yeah, Final Fantasy Tactics. Great gameplay. If you like job systems, it's very fucking fun. The main tactic in that game is to get behind the other guy, and then when you attack him, you have more chance of hitting him. Kind of like
Backstab.
yeah. Have you guys played XCOM?
No, but backstab is a thing in Hades, so I understand.
Yeah,
I also
I-
haven't played XCOM or Hades.
Okay.
Yeah. Nine,
So
yeah, 9. Final Fantasy 9 is also very good. You know, I think if you're very into the whimsical sort of, if you're kind of disillusioned with people hate Squall and Cloud because they're too anime, right? You know, people don't like that type of protagonist anymore. They need to have the whimsical monkey tail protagonist. And that's where
I was gonna say that's the other thing is like those other protagonists don't have tails,
yeah.
so
if you want a tailed protagonist, I would say go with Final Fantasy 9. That's your best bet.
Okay.
I have some pretty fond, if vague, memories of watching my older brother attempt to play Final Fantasy IX, and it was up against some like secret hidden boss that was in a wintry area, and would like knock out all of the teammates before the battle started.
Yeah. Was it like a big circle?
I remember something with a lamp.
I can't think of it right now. That might just be like a story boss, possibly. But
That's definitely possible.
But I do think like Final Fantasy IX is the nostalgia game. I think like some media just has weird ways to tap into the nostalgia.
Yeah, it has a distinct art style for sure that makes it stand out in your brain. I tried to play Final Fantasy IX. It's on Game Pass. I downloaded it. I played for a couple hours, but the beginning is
It's fun.
bad.
It's fun. You are a psycho, dude. How's the beginning not the most fun? You're a little dude, and you got to go rescue the princess, and you're walking around, and there's not even that many battles. There's like no random battles. You just walk around and
there's
do
nothing.
stuff. It's not nothing. You're exploring the world with beautiful hand-drawn backgrounds, and
it didn't look that. I mean, I don't know if it's the version I played, but it didn't look good.
That's
it
unfortunate.
did not look good.
You should play it on a CRT.
Yeah.
It's very.
I'm not gonna do that.
I agree,
but I
yeah.
appreciate the recommendation. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. The issue, it was just like
Game looks good. Menus look great. Oh
Yeah.
man, Final
I think the
Fantasy
whimsy
menus.
annoyed me.
The whimsy
See, the thing
annoys
that
you.
would put me off, I think, is all of the text. Probably wouldn't be a lot of text
There's
box
not
reading,
that much.
and the combat is kind of boring.
The combat I will accept.
No, I'm sure it's a good game, but
It's not. No. I mean,
you know,
if you don't like ATB combat system, you're not gonna like Final Fantasy. If you like, if you don't like Final Fantasies, I really think like trying Final Fantasy 12. That's my favorite. I think people would like that. There's not a lot of waiting around. There's no random encounters. You just walk around and hit shit.
Is that the one with lightning?
No. Oh god, that's a random encounter one. That's one time in middle school I got like straight A's. So my parents took me out to GameStop to get me a new game. And I was like, Final Fantasy 13. You fucking sucked. It's awful.
So,
Worst.
Oh, that's the
fucking-
one with lightning.
Yeah.
it's,
The game's not that fun. It's just very linear. Final Fantasy 12 is like you can walk across the whole map and then fucking crisscross and get anywhere and nothing's closed off. It's fucking sick.
How does the Final Fantasy community look at Final Fantasy 3? Is that like a good one?
Final
Because
Fantasy
I played that one
3,
when I was younger on my DS, which
on
I
your
think is
okay.
actually like 4 or something. But
No. So you're thinking of that Final Fantasy when Final Fantasy 3 quote unquote came to the US on the SNES. It's because it was the third Final Fantasy released in America, which is actually Final Fantasy 6 in Japan. So, and that's the one with like Terra, Bartz, fucking the guy who suplexes the train. That's
Yeah,
Final
that wasn't the
Fantasy
game I
6.
played.
Terra farts.
Yeah, Terra. Well, Terra is the lady, and Bartz is the guy, and they probably
So that's
have
Final
sex at the
Fantasy
end.
6.
That's Final Fantasy 6. Final Fantasy 3 is the one where you
Yeah.
get to change your jobs, and you have
Yeah.
the cool little guys. Dude, that game fucking whips ass. That game's amazing.
think so.
I've heard that Final Fantasy 6 is one of the best ones.
It's also very good. Yeah, I like it a lot.
But you're saying Final Fantasy 3 whips ass?
Yeah, Final Fantasy
liked
3
it.
is the one that Farm played on his DS.
Yeah, that was some good shit.
Mm-hmm. What was your favorite part about it? What jobs were you interested in? Or did you just smack shit?
This is maybe 14 years ago.
Okay, yeah, no worries.
I liked. So I remember I played the Dragoon for one of them, and that was like, all this guy does is jump. He sucks, and then I changed his job.
Oh my god, I'm so angry.
I remember that.
There's like a specific boss in that game where you get the Dragoon job, and then they throw the boss at you, and literally the best like method for the fight is to change everyone to Dragoons, and then just jump at the boss. It's very, very fucking weird game design in a game where it's like, oh, you should have like a party set up and then level up your jobs, and then it's like
Yeah,
suddenly,
you like your white mage and your monk and your fighter, and yeah.
and then suddenly it's like, scratch that shit, change all your fucking characters to this level 1 job, and you're gonna shit stomp this boss.
Yeah, I think I probably just like ended up grinding to beat that boss if I had to.
Yeah, it's a game that lends itself to a little bit of light grinding. I think the most.
This is kind of a shot in the dark. Are either of you familiar with like either Last Odyssey or something? The game where if you grind, it becomes harder.
I have a friend who played Last Odyssey and liked it.
Oh God, I don't know if that's what it's called.
I know that
it's gonna bug me, but it.
There's a Final
Yes,
Fantasy that if you grind, it gets harder. Final Fantasy VIII has that mechanic. And so does
I
Oblivion.
believe this was an Xbox 360 game.
Yeah. Oh, it's Lost Odyssey. Yeah.
A Lost Odyssey.
Yeah,
Okay.
Lost. Yeah. No, I have a friend who was really into this. I never played it though.
Oh yeah. Holy cow! It's for sale for $90 on Amazon.
Yeah,
Jeez.
it's something. It's like a cult
Xbox
classic.
360 game. Another cult classic apparently is the Lost Planet games, which I bought one of and thought was absolute garbage in high school.
Mm-hmm.
But I guess maybe I'm just a fucking scrub or something. I guess, but I don't know.
Speaking of bad games, what's the worst Final Fantasy game, Chris?
The worst Final Fantasy? I'm not gonna. I'm gonna try not to do like a cop out answer like fucking
Yeah.
the Game Boy Advance bullshit one.
Give me a heavy hitter,
Trying
something
to
that's gonna ruffle some feathers.
Ooh, it's hard to ruffle feathers because like the agreed upon worst one is like probably 10-2. Mainline games.
Oh yeah, X2.
I think Final Fantasy 2. I just haven't really played it. I hear the grinding system is really weird. It has a RuneScape type
Yeah,
grinding
friend of the
system.
show, Wub, I think really hates Final Fantasy 2, right?
Yeah, Wub. Wub.
What do you mean RuneScape grinding? I don't know what that means.
So if you want to level up your attack, you have to hit a lot of times. If you want to level your HP up, you have to get hit. It's fucking stupid.
So it's like Oblivion.
Oh, that's awesome.
Oh fuck yeah, I guess you're right.
Do you have to sleep in
Skyrim.
bed to
Yeah,
level up?
no,
Or
you don't have to sleep. You just kind of do it, man. Just do it.
Yeah. That doesn't sound too bad.
Final.
What are your thoughts on the Final Fantasy VII remake?
The Final Fantasy what? Sorry, you cut out.
Final Fantasy VII remake?
I want to play it. It looks kind of interesting. I mean, I haven't played anything past 13, pretty much. I played a little bit of 14 a long time ago, but I don't really know how, like, the state of Final Fantasy is with regards to, like, gameplay. I imagine it's kind of like Final Fantasy 15, the remake. It looks really nice. I like how they flesh out some of the side characters I've heard. There's, like, a lady that's super horny for Cloud or something, but I think she dies or whatever. But it's cool that they flesh out the weird little characters.
I played Crisis Core in like,
PSP?
middle school. And, yeah, on PSP. And I remember like there was one character who I thought was cute, and she's like, she says to Zack at one point, like, "I'll tell you my real name when I get back." And then like the main character dies, and they never tie that up.
Dang, he never gets any pussy.
Yeah.
It's fucking awful. It's a horror story.
So why haven't you played Final Fantasy 15? If you're
Um,
like such a big Final Fantasy guy.
I don't really have anything to play it on. Like, I don't have any money to buy it. I don't really want to play it that bad.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean...
Are the later games just like worse? Is just like they sort of lost their charm?
I think it's the charm. I think it's like... I'm sure the game is good. I'm sure if I play it, I'll enjoy it, but... So there's a bunch of different art directors for Final Fantasy. Or not art directors, but people who do the art. And there's like a Kingdom... The guy who does the Kingdom Hearts and the Final Fantasy 8 and 7...
Nobuo Uematsu.
No, that is the musician. I'm thinking...
Well,
the guy who does the art is Nomura. And
Mitsubishi Sakura.
I like
Can't say
him.
that.
I don't like him as much as Yoshitaka Amano, who does some of the most beautiful art for any of the Final Fantasy games, and I think his art inspired Final Fantasy 11 and also a lot of the earlier Final Fantasies, which are the best. Actually, what I want to fucking talk about is the specific era of PS1 Final Fantasy music. Something about it is like the most insane magical strokes of genius to ever fucking grace video games. It's just like, it's like they got a new sound chip for a PS1 instead of SNES, and they didn't know what to do with it, but then they made like perfect music. Fucking the overworld themes for all of them were, oh man, Uematsu's just a genius.
So, if there was like a remake of these PS1 things down the line, and they offered, and then like obviously they remaster, they orchestrate the music or whatever. Like, which would you prefer? Like the new orchestrated type music,
I'd probably
or
prefer the
classic?
older ones.
Mm-hmm.
So they remastered Final Fantasy XII's OST. That was already orchestral, so that was like an improvement. But something about like the limitation of like the synths that they're allowed to use on a PS1 just makes it sound real nice. Because I know it's not just like a limitation thing. Like if you want to have violins and trumpets on the PS1, you could probably do it. But just the general like zeitgeist of back then, they're gonna use more synths and stuff in the 90s because that's what's cool around the time. They're gonna use more like weird guitars and shit, and then probably now they're gonna go for the more orchestral anime RPG type of shit, which I'm not too down with. But if they remake it, they remake it. It's fucking sick.
I don't, I'm not the biggest fan of the FromSoft style boss music, where it's just like the, like high-pitched chanting or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. It is cool, but it's just like...
Yeah. Like the best piece of music from
cool
Dark
in
Souls 1 was
2009.
Gwyn's theme.
Gwyn, yeah.
And even then, like, that piece was so much more powerful because of the context of the Gwyn boss fight. And,
Yeah.
like, who Gwyn was and what that fight meant.
Yeah.
It also sticks out more.
Yeah.
Because everything else is so bombastic, and then to have a choir.
Bloodborne, though.
Telefantastic.
Bloodborne music, pretty memorable. At least the Cleric Beast fight for me.
Oh, I'm still getting through it. I forget if I've fought the Cleric Beast yet or not.
Holy moly, dude, that's like...
Oh, no. Oh,
first
yeah, I
boss
definitely
in the
did.
game.
Was he on the bridge?
Yes.
Yeah, I killed
That
him.
game's so fucking good. Oh god, Bloodborne's so amazing.
That's okay.
It's real fucking good.
It's fine.
So fucking good, dude.
Chris, I have a question.
I forget.
Yeah, go for it.
Why do you play Final Fantasy 11 instead of 14?
Well, it's free. That's gonna be probably like the first and foremost.
Mm-hmm.
The nostalgia balm I get every time I open it.
So you played it when you were younger?
Fucking powerful. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I played it when I was a tiny little boy. It was very fun. It's like, ever since I was a kid, MMOs, for some reason, just being able to like go into somewhere, like an online game and see other people, just blew my mind forever. And it'll never stop blowing my mind. And there are a lot more reasons why I enjoy 11. So the way MMOs have been like taking their direction nowadays is that people don't want to play a game for 2 hours straight. They just don't want to fucking do it. They don't want to play a game all day. It's completely understandable, Sometimes I go weeks without playing Final Fantasy 11 because I don't want to fucking sit down and do it. But what they lose out on is like having to get people together to do literally anything. In Final Fantasy 14, you just hop on, you click a thing and it says like, oh, you joined a queue for doing a dungeon or whatever, haha, and then you get to do it. And I'm assuming you might not just talk to the people, or you only do like call outs or whatever, and then you just kind of go your separate ways.
It's like solo queuing.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
Yeah.
Whereas in Final Fantasy 11, the only way to find other people is you press a button and it just says you're searching for a party. And nobody knows what the fuck you're searching for, so it's just assumed that you want a party for experience points. So you can't do...
Is that a good thing?
It's a different thing. It's a different thing. I think it's... I enjoy that type of setting it up, because if you want to get anything together, you have to like interact with the person. You have to say, "Hey, what's up? Do you want to come party down at this place?" We got
Yeah, I think there's something to be said for that. I played RuneScape like right when right on the verge of the GE, the Grand Exchange, being implemented. So I like very much witnessed the changeover from like hanging out in fucking whatever Varrock World 2 and spamming like selling lobbies to just like going over to the Grand Exchange and doing
and
it.
just not interacting with anyone.
Yeah, and you know, I don't know. They each have their own advantages, but I can see why you'd want to actually have to interact with people.
They definitely have an auction house, so it's not that like stuff is automated. You can they've implemented for this server. We have a global yell on like a 15-minute cooldown. So if you're looking for something specific, you can type it in the chat and be like, "Hey, you looking for people?" But
More MMOs should have global yells.
yes, yes. If you played Path of Exile, they had a global chat. I know. I'm a huge sucker for global chats of all kinds because you just find the weirdest fucking psychos.
Dude, Anthor's Ladder.
Anthor's Ladder. Yeah, Anthor's Ladder was the
Beautiful.
Melee global chat. That's why I fucking love it so much.
That place was insane.
Rest in peace, dude. So many like school nights just spent trolling Anthor's Ladder.
Dude, R.I.P. Kid Samson.
Oh, dude, Kid Samson was the homie.
He's the homie.
Wait, is there still? There has to still be a chat on Smash Live.
Oh, there is, but the last post was probably a couple hours ago.
I gotta.
It's like dead, yeah.
That's fine. I'm fine.
It's
here.
really sad. Like,
Chris,
Oh,
I think
they
the
hit the
fight that
chat,
I'm on in
too.
Bloodborne is like the two, or not, I don't know how many there are, but like there's the witch that like makes these monster things appear and she disappears and
oh,
you have to go
fuck
find her
that
and
boss,
kill her.
dude. That boss is such a bitch.
I was so annoyed because I like did a whole bunch of shit. I killed her and then like another one showed up and I had to go kill that one.
Yeah. You gotta kill a lot of them. It's a fucked up boss for sure. It made me very angry. Damn. The witch, that area is so cool leading up to it though. If not a little
Honestly,
washed out.
I'm not very sold by the world design yet.
No.
It feels very samey throughout.
I think when you get to the twist, it might catch you a little bit more. There's a twist.
Yeah. I'm still pretty early on and I'm not very well acquainted with it.
There's definitely like a point where you're like, oh, that's interesting. And then you kind of.
I mean, is the twist that like all the hunters see the other hunters as monsters? Or something
No. It's like
Okay.
I don't know how much I should spoil it. I like spoiling.
Yeah,
but
no, don't spoil it.
in
Don't
the way
spoil
that
it.
makes you think. Yeah, I won't spoil it. But it's definitely a cool thing where it's like the vibe shifts, like just of the thing where you're like, oh, what the fuck? I guess that's pretty fucking freaky. It's just a cool little thing. It might hit you, it might not. I definitely thought it was cool though.
Wait, so how did you play Bloodborne?
PS4.
Do you have a PS4?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It was okay. I didn't have too many. I'm sure I had performance problems. I just didn't care.
Well, Farm, do we have any listener mail for this week?
Oh boy, howdy do we. That's right. It's time for everyone's favorite segment, listener mail. So this one comes in from. Actually, no, I'm not going to run that bit twice. That was good enough the first time. I was going to do this one comes in from Twitter, and it's like a login from a new device, but.
Oh.
I
Yeah,
think,
it's a good thing you didn't make that joke again.
Yeah, that would have been funny. This one comes in from friend of the show, Wub. It's in all caps, so this is going to be hard for me to read.
You gotta yell, I think.
Not going to do that. Hi, LVGP. I'm a big fan and have a few questions for you if you don't mind answering them. First off, how do you go about getting guests on the show? Not to be rude, but I'm wondering how a couple of superstar e-celebs such as yourselves ended up getting some no-names like Wub and Dimmy. Secondly, what is a... Alright, we can just answer the first question first. Yeah, so a question like that really should be directed at our email, lastvideogamepodcast@gmail.com, and then someone can answer that.
Here's the thing. The real thing is that the intern handles all of it.
Yeah.
And our previous intern, God, only knows that we could talk for hours about how awful he was.
Well,
and,
he's dead.
Terrible at his job, incompetent. Well, yeah, part of his job obviously was to be alive.
Yeah.
So if he's dead, that just goes to show you. Yeah. Yeah, but there's a new intern who's been doing a less than awful job.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Kris?
Just ask them. Just DM Farmstink on Discord.
Don't
Say,
DM me.
Hey,
Just DM Wub.
can I be on your podcast? And he
Yeah.
will block you. And then at
Yeah.
that point, you'll probably have to DM Wub.
Yeah. Don't.
I was looking at the Melee Reddit the other day, and somebody wrote a post. I didn't actually read it, but it used the word hacks, and it was like over 200 words or something like that. And I almost banned them just to be safe.
Wait.
Or blocked, I mean.
I was like,
Yeah, because you
I was
can't
like,
ban
whoa.
people.
No, I can't block people. Or I can't ban people.
Not to talk about Smash Brothers subreddits. Let's move on to the second one. Question from Wub. What is a TV show or movie that you think would be a cool video game? For example, I really like Freddy Got Fingered, and think that would be fun as a sort of Goose Game. Disclaimer, I have not played Goose Game nor seen any gameplay of it. Thank you for answering my questions, and I hope you have a great day. Equals 3.
I gotta say, Goose Game rocks. That gets a full-throated endorsement. Actually, a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Very cute too. Good, nice little art style.
I think Eraserhead would make a pretty cool video game. Especially if you got to play as the little AirPod fucked up baby.
It'd probably be pretty boring to pick that character though.
Maybe. Yeah, maybe I'd be an Eraserhead main. Who knows, dude?
Like a Eraserhead MOBA.
David Lynch MOBA.
David Lynch MOBA is the greatest idea I've ever heard.
That's the episode title. David Lynch
Yeah, there you
MOBA.
go. Lock that shit in.
Yeah, I'm gonna send it to you.
Instead of jungling, you're Twin Peaksing. That one might need to be workshopped a
No,
little
that's
bit.
fine. We can move on.
Yeah. I guess I'll.
No, I don't
answer
know
the
what other.
question.
Yeah, go for it.
Fucking. A TV show or movie. Would you think Dexter would be like a good video game?
Like a Dexter
Wait,
MOBA?
just like go around killing people?
Yeah.
Wait, like Dexter's Lab?
No,
Or
it could be like Thief, except you murder people.
Or like Sneaking, the game that came with
Sneaking.
Burger King,
Yeah.
which was actually very good.
Yeah. I guess the real answer is like movies and TV shows don't necessarily translate well into video games.
Mhm.
I'm gonna suggest Mortal Kombat. I think that movie
I knew someone was going to do
really.
this bit.
I was gonna run it with
You
the
know.
Final Fantasy movie.
Yeah.
Oh, there's a Final Is it? It wasn't live action though, was it?
It was, I believe. Or was it CGI? Who knows?
I know there was Advent Children, and that was CGI.
I thought that was a game.
No.
There was
Huh.
a big Final Fantasy movie that was pretty bad, I've heard. I mean, of course, there's...
Did you guys ever see Dragon Ball Evolution?
I don't watch anime.
That's not
Well, it was
true.
a live action
Oh,
movie.
yeah.
I don't
damn.
watch
I think it'd be
anime
cool
unless
if they
it
made
be
a Cowboy
competent.
Bebop.
I
video
didn't
game.
get to talk
That'd be
to you
fun.
about Paranoia Agent Farmstink.
We did.
We did.
I think we did talk
We
about it.
did. But through text. I need to
Yeah.
pick your brain.
Yeah. I mean, I don't really talk about anime when
It's
I'm on the
okay.
job.
We did the exercise with the Library
That
of
was
Babel, and I think we're
Yeah.
gonna get you to approach art in a more analytical, open-minded way.
Are you suggesting that anime is art?
It's animation.
So, do we have any other questions?
Yeah, we do. We definitely do. This one comes in from Silverhand. Say hi to the guest this week for me. Hi, Kris.
Hi, Silver.
First question. What game do you think should get a remake/remaster? Related, what do you think is the most pointless one of these to have happened? Remake, remaster. Kris, why don't you answer this one? I feel like you got an answer on
Me,
mine.
yeah, I'm thinking remaster. I think Skyrim is due for a remaster. It's been a while since we got anything on that end. Hopefully they're not putting too many resources into Elder Scrolls 6 to do some sort of
Right.
reboot on that. I think the most pointless remaster would probably be something like
Skyrim.
no, the
I can't believe they're releasing a new.
what's
Skyrim.
that old
That's
what's that
just
old
so funny.
that old awful PS1 game, the Moon RPG, where your little wizard hat.
Moon?
Yeah, Moon. Yeah,
RPG.
throw that shit in the trash, brother. Just. I think they remade it. What a pointless remake. I never want to play that. All right, yeah, that's my answer.
Okay.
I would say my answer is probably Flower, Sun, and Rain.
Hmm.
It's a nice little puzzle game for the DS that actually was originally released on the PS2, but only in Japan. I think it'd be nice to release that on Switch, get a new audience for it. It's a really nice little game. It has very good music, very pleasant and comfy, and really weird too.
Isn't it the
It
porn
actually,
game?
you know, no, it is not.
I don't know why it lives in my head in that space.
Interesting. No, I mean it's just like you get to an island and you gotta stop a plane from exploding.
You're thinking of the DS game that's like WarioWare but horny, right?
Yeah.
I
right?
remember that game. It's like orange
I
and
do
blue.
not remember that game.
Yeah, it has like
Yeah.
like the cover art is like this shadow person dancing or something.
Yeah. I forget what
What's
the name
that
of
game
that fucking
called?
game, dude. It's like
But yeah, so I would look forward to seeing a remake or remaster of Flower, Sun, and Rain. Alternatively, Killer 7 on Switch. Come on,
List of
Suda, I know
erotic
you're
video
listening.
games on Nintendo Switch. I mean DS. We have to.
haha XXYY. Feel the Love, maybe?
That ooh! I think that was
DS game horny.
Wow, this is great content.
Feel the
You guys
magic.
can
It's
Feel the magic. Feel the magic.
Yep,
There we
yep,
go.
Feel the Magic DS.
Yep.
Yes.
Yep. That's it.
XYXX. It was WarioWare, but you had to make the guy date the lady.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Actually, a pretty okay game.
To go back to
While being aided by a group of people known as the Rub Rabbits.
yeah. Yeah. I don't know why that popped in
That's
my head
fun.
when you said that. Whatever you said. The sunflower.
Flower,
and the-
Sun, and Rain.
Yeah. I think honestly, unironically, Morrowind could do with a remake or remaster.
Ooh,
That would be pretty
No.
cool, I think.
I fucking love
The thing
Morrowind.
is, they wouldn't do it.
They
well.
wouldn't. But if they did and it was like good, can you imagine?
I think
I think Morrowind is very playable right now.
It's not.
it is. It's an amazing
Dude,
game.
it looks
as
so
is.
bad.
It does not look bad.
It looks really bad.
Just install some mods.
I think it looks fine.
I think
it's because you don't have a CRT.
No. It's just that it's too polygonal for Farm Stinks Brain. See, this is the same problem with the Library of Babel. You need to not look
I
at
don't
something
mind
just as it
polygons.
is.
It's
have
the
to
animations that
you have
get
to,
me.
You have to accept something as it is, and you have to engage with it, and you have to see all the cool pipes and shit, and you have to see how.
So the only way you can play Flower, Sun, and Rain right now is by spending like $100 on a Nintendo DS cartridge. That's
Why
ridiculous.
not just
You can-
download
no
the
one
ROM?
You
wants
can't
to do
emulate
that.
it?
Yeah, you can, but obviously, like that's not the same thing.
It is the same thing.
No, because
Oh,
DS
God.
emulation sucks.
It's the same thing.
This is besides the point. All I'm saying is like you can purchase and play a copy of Morrowind very easily. You can't purchase and play
Well, you have to
a
install
copy
mods.
of Flower,
if you
Sun,
want
and
to
Rain
play
very well. So, I think Flower, Sun, and Rain is more worthy of
I
remake.
would like a Morrowind remake, but I don't think there's anything wrong with Morrowind. It's the game is supposed to be brown at times. The game has very beautiful places, and it might be bogged down by
It's archaic at points.
yeah, but
Yeah.
for the most part, it's very sandboxy.
Yeah. No, I mean, the
Not even-
bones
I
are
would
there.
not
It's
say
just a
that
facelift.
Skyrim looks
It
substantially
looks
better
real
than
nice.
Morrowind.
Skyrim,
Yeah.
yeah, sure.
Like I don't think that there's that big of a difference between the two games.
Mhm. I would agree.
I think the most pointless remake is when they remade Super Smash Bros. Brawl like 2 times.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
That was I don't understand. Next
Oh, I
question.
guess I didn't. Well, I didn't say my most pointless.
Oh,
remake.
yeah.
I'm not too familiar with this type of game, but I guess they made a sequel to League of Legends and called it Dota 2.
Yeah.
I don't get why.
Yeah.
That's just
That's true.
completely pointless.
That's very true.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know. Chris, do you still play Dota? Don't
I
answer
would,
that.
I would love to play Dota. Dimmy, if you're listening to this podcast, let's play Dota right now. Dimmy's not gonna listen.
You might.
Dota's great.
Okay.
Dota's fun.
Well, again,
No.
we don't want to have any political statements on this podcast. It's not a political show. Next question. Why this stream mode use a CRT monitor instead of just using scanline filters?
It's not the same.
It's not the same.
It's not the same.
Yeah,
Also
I don't
because
think
I
we need
think
to say
CRTs are
anything
neat.
more than that.
It'll never be the same.
You know what's interesting is I actually have used a scanline filter on my CRT before.
Uh-huh.
So,
I mean-
because it's a PC CRT,
Yeah, so the
which means it only
resolution is
syncs
so much
to
higher.
31 kilohertz and above.
Oh.
So, if you want to do some 240p gaming, which is like SNES, NES, Genesis, all that good stuff, that's actually at 240p, which is 15 kilohertz. So you can't do that on a PC CRT very easily.
The Third Strike
So I used a scanline filter to emulate the effect.
Fightcade has a built-in scanline filter for Third Strike. So whenever I play online, toss it on my little PC monitor, and I get nice little scan lines. It looks beautiful.
That's pretty nice.
Can we move on?
Yeah.
Okay.
Up to you.
Cool. It's not really up to me. What was the first video game you played / remember playing?
Holy moly.
Um,
Holy shit.
I like to think that I learned to read in part because I was playing Pokemon Blue
Yep.
as a kid a lot.
For me,
I
it
had a similar
was
experience.
Final Fantasy. Unironically, on the Game Boy Advance. That's where I learned a lot of reading. First video game was probably, we had this computer game where it was basically for like very small, tiny children. And there were faces that you could click on, and you would click the faces and the balls. And
oh shit,
yeah.
dude.
and
that
there was like
reminds me
a
of,
Wait,
like-
there were balls?
there was a baboon or something, and
Oh fuck.
it's all just a fucking haze. It's so far back.
I played a game. I had a game on as a kid called like the Home Gene Splicing Kit or something like that. It
Wow.
was essentially just like shitty Photoshop.
Do you guys remember on like those old Apple computers they had this game? It was like this third-person shooter, and you like shot dinosaurs.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Don't.
Nanosaur, is that what you're thinking of?
Maybe
There's Nanosaur or possibly Turok.
it wasn't Turok.
Two.
It was Nanosaur, dude. That might be the first video game I ever played. Holy shit!
Yo, Nanosaur rips. That game is so hype.
I
Did
might-
you ever play Bugdom?
But yeah, Bugdom was the other one.
Yeah, man.
Did you
And
guys?
then
so
they had
you
that
guys-
tank game too.
You guys had Max. Did you guys play the M&M Crash Bandicoot ripoff?
No, these were on school computers.
Nope.
So yeah.
Hmm.
When did Nanosaur come out?
Yeah, Nanosaur rules.
1998. Yeah, that tracks.
I also played a paper plane flash game that
Yes.
was a ton of fun.
That's pretty sick.
Hold
Toss the Turtle. Another classic.
Holy shit, Nanosaur. Wow, I remember it looking much better when I was younger. Not a good game to play when you're like 5. It's like these dinosaurs with like guns on their back, and like you die violently in this game. It was very
on.
scary.
Oh yeah, dude. I can't find the name of this game, but it rocked, and I've found it before. You like just fly this little paper plane through a house. There's these candles that give you like thermal lift. Sometimes you can find tinfoil, and it makes your plane like stronger.
Yeah.
Tinfoil.
I think I also remember playing Resident Evil because my dad had a
Fucking
PS1.
Christ, dude.
So I
Oh,
played
no.
Resident Evil 1,
Dude.
like right when that came out.
How many nightmares did you have?
A lot.
You know
Yeah,
what the
that came out in '96, not right when it came out.
you know what
but
the
I may have
first
played,
game
like,
that gave me
2000.
nightmares was? Have you ever played Shadowgate?
Shadow.
No.
Holy fuck, that game is horrifying for a child. The music is just fucking so spooky.
1987. Oh yeah, this will give me nightmares.
I actually played as a
Holy
kid.
shit.
I guess like when I was younger. Echo the Dolphin.
Oh,
We had a
that's a
Genesis.
fucked up game, dude. The
Yeah, your
fucking
parents-
alien.
I just remember like I had no idea what was going on. I would just kind of
Yeah.
you know.
Dude, Shadowgate looks cool.
It's an interesting point and click.
Yeah.
Shadowgate. Okay, so that's not the one that's like you play as like a yellow face guy who's
No.
like
Streamo.
kinda like a Doom ripoff.
No.
What?
Jesus.
That's a game.
Okay. Yeah. I also played. I think the first game I have like conscious memories of playing is like Pokemon Gold Silver that I actually like beat.
Nice. The first game I beat, I'm pretty sure was Ocarina of Time.
Yeah, Ocarina's in there too, for sure.
One time,
Actually, we had Majora's Mask. We didn't have Ocarina.
One time, my grandpa brought me over to his friend's house, and they were talking in the back, and I think his friend's son, who was like way older than me, was like, he was watching me play Pokemon Blue, and he was like, "Hey, I'll just toss something on since you look like you're pretty bored." And I was like, "Okay, cool." And then he put on Vampire Hunter, the old anime movie, and that was, I think, the first time I got to see animated movies. It was pretty cool.
That's pretty
So
cool.
just for the record, there's a game called Shadow Warrior Classic. I played Shadow Warrior Classic Redux. It's fairly racist, I would say, in its
Yes.
depiction.
But I mean, if it influenced you to
I
call
think it's a
someone
thumbs
yellow,
down.
Yeah.
From the no, they. Okay, that's I was saying that they were doing a certain kind of whatever.
Oh, okay.
mm-hmm.
I said yellow face.
Let's move on to the next question.
Oh, okay. Your microphone must have clipped. The
Yeah.
listeners will get it.
Yeah,
We'll
they'll
look like the
understand.
dunces.
Yep. This one comes in from Batman. He says, "I'm looking for the Riddler. Have you guys seen him?" No, I don't really watch
No.
Marvel movies, so I haven't seen them.
Is he Marvel?
Yeah, I don't watch anime.
Huh?
Uh, So Riddler's like Marvel Joker?
I don't. I don't know. I thought they were both Batman people, aren't they?
Batman people.
Yeah, like the Riddler and the Joker are both from Batman.
That's
That's why Batman
makes
sent
I
them
don't
to
think
see
the Riddler
them.
has anything to do with bats. I think he just makes
He's just very into question marks.
yeah.
No, yeah.
Have you seen him?
No. Sorry.
Yeah. Well, he wears like, I think the Riddler wears like the suit with the
Oh, I'm familiar.
question marks. We'll move on to the.
All right.
We'll move on to the next listener mail. This one comes in from Anti-Prompt. If Dimmy is on, please ask him to defend Sekiro and ask Streamo to explain why it is bad. Read this message every episode regardless of whether Dimmy is a guest on the podcast, just to make sure Dimmy sees it.
I can pretend to be Dimmy.
Okay, yeah, do you want to?
Yeah, sure.
Alright, please defend Sekiro and Streamo explain why it's bad.
Streamo.
Simultaneously if you can.
Strumo, you're literally just angry at the game because you're bad at it. If you would beat the game, you would enjoy it. It's a fine game.
I'm actually really good at the game, and it's
No,
bad.
you're not. No, you're not. Shut up. No, you're not.
There are these weird dots that show up instead of actually having a real grapple hook.
No,
Yada yada.
That's what tells you to shoot. You shoot, you grapple it. I don't see what the problem is.
Bad game, much like Disco Elysium. Next question.
That's about as dumb as I can
That's
get.
that was a
Fine,
really good
um,
Dimmy actually.
hey,
I
thank
you
you.
got his mannerisms down. For sure. This last question. Sorry, I should have warned you that the previous question was the penultimate question. I'm sorry I didn't.
What's
Tell me about
penultimate
that.
mean?
Second to last.
Okay.
I don't get it.
It's a really good word. It's maybe my favorite word. It's been second.
Yeah.
This one comes in from the Riddler, so I guess to answer the question a couple of times ago, now we have seen him, so yes is the answer.
Well, no, but when you read the question, the answer was no. So
Yeah,
the
but I'm
answer's still no.
retroactively answering the question now, and the answer
So
is
had
yes.
you seen him earlier?
No, but now I have.
So
Now I have seen
Alright.
the Riddler.
no, that's fine.
Okay.
Chris?
No, well, yeah, I have now. He was in Farmstein's email. So if you
Not
want,
my email.
if you want to find the Riddler, please brute force the LGVP podcast email. Just Just go download some email password cracking programs, and get to it. I'm sure that FarmStink isn't creative enough to create a nice password.
It was an auto-generated one from Google Chrome, so...
Fuck. Okay.
Good luck.
Mm.
Good luck. Let's read the email from the Riddler. I am disappointed in your deduction skills last episode, as you discovered by cheating the answer was a hole. Okay, again, I think I offered the valid answer, which was you stuffed the barrel with helium. And I think a hole is maybe an answer, but I don't think it's necessarily the answer.
Didn't I say air? I think that was a good answer.
Yeah, no, air is stupid. Air isn't the right answer.
No,
What was the
that's actually
question?
correct.
Can I get caught up?
I just Googled it.
Yeah, the question
No, you
is...
can't. Nope. Sorry, what is your answer, Chris?
Yeah, what's the answer?
I think you should fill the barrel up with every single possible book that is a length of
That's wrong.
410 pages and however many characters until
the question-
you have every permutation.
Yeah, that's the
And
wrong
would that
answer.
be infinite though? Haha.
That's the wrong answer. I'll tell you
okay.
that. Because the question
I like
was...
the part in Library of Babel where they
Here we
discuss
go.
how there's no difference between combination and permutation.
My favorite
the same word,
My
you can just
favorite-
use them interchangeably.
My favorite part of Library of Babel was when the main character found the one.
Okay, no.
He found the book where it describes who made the. It describes his ancestors.
So, let's hear the email.
Yeah, so I guess last week's riddle was how do you make a barrel lighter? Like, what do you add to it?
Barrel.
It's not books.
You
Right?
add some flint and some gasoline.
How do you make it weigh less? Is actually the question. I said you put helium in it and it'll weigh less, which is correct. Right, Chris?
Well, if you want to make a barrel,
I would say you put some shoes in there and you start offering them at discount prices.
how do you make a barrel lighter?
You make it weigh less.
Did you not say pay less?
Because it's there's some water in it.
You just shine a lamp on it.
Yeah, well, you have to add something to it, and I said you add helium to
You
it.
make a barrel lighter.
Yeah. As punishment, I will be finding an innocent child and giving them a copy of Super Smash Bros. Ultimate for each riddle you fail. so goddamn stupid. Here is your next riddle. Do not disappoint me again. The more you take away from me, the larger I grow. What am I? I'm going to say a negative number.
The more you take away from me, the larger I grow. That's a hole,
I'm
brother.
going to say Shel Silverstein's Ooh, that's a good call. Chris got it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you repeat that just for the listeners' pleasure?
I'm going to say it's a hole, like the novel / movie that.
Holes.
Very good movie.
With
Very
Shia
good.
Did you
LaBeouf.
ever read the sequel to that?
Holes
There
too.
was a sequel. That sounds like it would be awful.
Yes, it focused on the life of Armpit, who was one of the boys at the camp.
No fucking way.
That's
You're
called
fucking
Small
with me.
Steps, and it detailed his life after the camp.
I think you're fucking with
trying
me.
to become normal again, and his relationship with a famous singer that he developed, thanks to his relationship with his neighbor who suffered from cystic fibrosis.
That sounds like bullshit.
I'm very skeptical.
Anyway, so my answer was Shel Silverstein's The Giving Tree.
The more you.
So you
I haven't really read that
Was
book,
that
but
the
I think
plot?
that's what it's about.
The tree
No.
gives and then it gets
The
bigger.
tree gives stuff away and then just kind of dies, I think.
yeah, because it gives everything away.
They should make a remaster, or perhaps turn it into a video game.
The Giving Tree?
Yes.
That would be a good video game. It's kind of just
be
the
an idle
intro to
game.
Ocarina of Time, honestly.
Like an increment, like a clicker?
It could be like a shitty indie game where you play for 10 minutes and then the guy who developed the game thinks you're gonna cry at the end.
Yeah, like,
Come on, making fun of Amori was last episode.
I was gonna do it!
Wait,
I was
wait,
gonna
wait.
say like a Mori!
Wait. There's this actual game that's like a 60 by 40 tiny little pixel window, and it's you walk forward with this like sad chiptune music, and you're like opening treasure chests and shit, and you go to the right, and you you find a girl, and then the girl follows you around, and she makes it harder to navigate and get the treasures.
Oh my god.
And at the end, you both die. It's one of the stupidest fucking video games I've ever seen. I'll have to link it or something to find it. I forget what it's called. It got a lot of awards, though, and it's probably in the MoMA or something. It's very funny, though.
Is this like a real game?
Yeah,
like,
it's like
I was expecting that to like go into a bit somehow.
No, it's just a very real, very stupid video game.
Yeah,
that's funny.
There are a bunch of very dumb art video games.
Apparently,
like
the other game from Team Ico, The Last Guardian, is just like supposed to be, hey, hang out with this crappy AI animal.
Yeah. Which, I mean, they sort of
like,
already did in Shadow of the Colossus, so I don't know why they felt need to do it again.
Wife is knife, dude.
All right, so is there anything else that we want to talk about before we wrap up?
Before what?
From you guys? Before we wrap up?
The backlog review of the week, dude.
Oh, hell yeah.
The best segment of the show.
Absolutely, and I'm sure you have something prepared.
Oh. Didn't you say you had something?
I probably lost it.
I'm pretty sure you were like, I have such a good backlog review of the week this week, is what you said to me. So
I think I said that a while ago.
Well, my
all right. I mean,
okay, yeah.
Unless I read this last time, let's go. Red Dead Redemption 2.
No, we shouldn't repeat.
Did I read this last time?
Red Dead Redemption 2 from the
from Sky.
From Sky. Oh, yeah. And then I was like, you can't promote. You can't promote someone like that on our show.
Red Dead Redemption 2 is an immensely action-packed, immersive, heart-achingly game set in 1899, just before the age of cowboys and outlaws, is about to come to the end with the turn of the 20th century just around the corner.
It's a long review.
It is. That's all I'm going to read. You get
the
idea.
You keep going.
All right. The story follows a gang after a failed bank robbery, on which they are currently on the run to survive, being pursued by law enforcement due to their previously stated actions. As they struggle to survive in several changes of climate, settings, population, and much more, they still have to keep going to get the money they need to live out the rest of their days peacefully and retire. I will avoid to say much else about the story. However, it's definitely one that will nonetheless never be forgotten and is one for the ages.
So... yeah, so I mean the first part, that's what happens in the video game. So good review so far. They have accurately described.
I feel like the reading of this one was just making fun of someone who's a little bit like this person might be in middle school.
Yeah, that's
It seems a little bit mean.
I will say, if you're in middle school, you should not be playing Red Dead Redemption 2 because it's rated M.
I think you should be playing Red Dead Redemption 2 because if you don't, all your peers will probably bully you.
On to the gameplay. Rockstar
Games
Games takes the familiarity of the previous game and turns it up to the maximum.
What does that mean? You love this, dude. You love this shit.
Dude, that's such a funny sentence. Are you serious? It takes the familiarity of the previous game and turns it up to the maximum. Yeah. That's so cool.
My favorite thing about this game is that it's like the last game, but more.
Yeah.
Which is
it's
kind
even
of good.
more familiar with the last game than the last game.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's Red Dead Redemption 2. It's a game. There's a lot of content in it, so if there's, you don't have to like think too hard about it, then that's cool. You can keep going.
Yeah. No, I think that's pretty much it. I don't want to keep on making fun of this kid. I feel like we've gotten enough content.
Yeah.
I will say, though, if any of you have a Twitter account, I would like you to join me in a war I've been waging on my own, of my own accord. There's a Twitter account, twitter.com/betterthanoot. And they just tweet out things such as Final Fantasy Tactics Advance is better than The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of
Which
Time.
they'd be right.
Or, for instance, Delve Deeper is better than The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just asking you to join me in replying to these posts and saying, no, it isn't. Or, actually, I think Ocarina of Time is better. There's a lot of tweets, and I can't get to all of them. So
Right.
that would help me a lot. Thank you.
Right. Yeah, it seems like every hour there's a tweet from this account. How did you find this? Like, how do you find this Twitter account?
Holy cow. Yeah, when was the last time I even responded to one? Jesus, they're winning. I can't let them do this.
It's just like, it's just insane that you do this.
Oh, here we go. Yeah, Jurassic Park 3 Dino Defender is better than The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time.
No one
And I
else replies to
responded,
these.
No, I think Ocarina of Time is probably better.
You're the only
I'm just
you're
saying.
the only person who's ever engaged with this Twitter account.
And I'm looking to change that. Please swarm their replies en masse. Thank you.
How did you find this?
I have no idea.
They're following one person.
I think it was like somebody else who makes these dumb video game accounts. Oh, they're following 100 Gex person.
Wait, what's that?
You, all right, old man. That's not.
Jeez,
That's a real
jeez.
question.
Get a clue, dude.
Wait,
Boomer. Boomer.
guys, I'm
wait.
being real.
Holy cow!
Boomer.
This better than Ocarina of Time bot was programmed by 100 Gex.
What's
What?
100 gex?
Yeah. Wait,
Laura
Laura
Les
Les
programmed
is
this?
one half of 100 Gex.
Whoa.
And the Twitter bot says code by Laura Lex.
They do music?
Yes,
That's wild.
that's so
What
funny.
type of music do they do?
Can we actually, plop a snippet of 100 Gex to be the outro music?
No.
I think that's a good idea. Just drop it in. Also, maybe we could also splice in Farm reacting to it.
It's
I
really
don't-
good.
Money
It's
Machine
It's just
Jesus,
is
Zoomer
one of their
music.
songs.
It's really fucking good, dude.
Dude, what is this?
It's the most important music of the last century. Like, unironically.
I hate this.
It's so good. You...
It
The
doesn't.
thing is, it's like it's a takeoff of Nightcore. I
No,
think.
no. It's an amalgamation.
Okay, sorry. We should discuss this next week when we have a guest on.
It's
Do
a
here.
people
love
actually
letter.
listen to this?
It's a love letter to electronic music of the past 10 years. It's fucking amazing. Farm Stink.
It sounds so bad.
It's so good, dude.
Do you really think that?
This is probably my favorite album of 2020. It's so good. I don't know. It was released in 2019. My bad.
What?
Yeah.
We're not doing this to be ironic, is what they say. No.
That was actually going to be my next
They have
question
to
is,
be.
are they ironic?
No, it's just good music.
It's not.
It's really good music. Farm Stink.
No, you're being ironic too. There's
It's
no way
really
you sincerely
fucking good.
believe.
It's
That's
really
the
fucking
issue.
good.
That's the goddamn issue with your generation.
I'm
is
not
you
being
all
ironic.
refuse to at least admit when after you're called out for ironically
I'm
enjoying
not
something.
being ironic. I
Yes,
really
you are,
like
dude. You
this.
just internalized it so much.
Listen to 800 Decibel Cloud, please, God.
I think the issue with our generation is that
You guys-
can't enjoy something that
Yes.
sucks without doing it ironically. It's okay to like bad things.
It's not
okay
bad.
to enjoy bad things.
It's like
It's
legitimately
bad!
very impressive. Like,
It's okay to listen to bad music like 100
Dude,
Gex.
this is horrible. What do you mean
I'm getting
it's not
assaulted on
bad?
both sides by boomers. You
This
don't
is
understand.
terrible.
Can you listen?
I was trying to sincerely defend
Farm
it
Stink,
first,
please
but
listen to the whole album. Do you like ska?
No.
I know you like ska.
Yeah, I
You
mean,
like
not
ska?
really.
No, you like ska. Can you listen to
Here's a question
Stupid
for the
Horse?
viewers.
You
Send in
would
your
love
replies
Stupid
to
Horse.
the email. Which is more embarrassing, listening to 100 Gex or listening to ska?
It's definitely ska.
Yeah, this is terrible.
No.
All right. Well, I think that wraps it up
Jesus
from us
Christ.
here at the
Yeah.
Last Video Game Podcast.
Thanks for having me on.
Make sure to follow us on Twitter and to reply to Better Than OOT, telling them that those games are not better.
Wait, what's the Twitter account? One more time. Better than OOT.
At Better Than OOT.
THAN for those of you who enjoy 100 gex and don't know the difference between then and then. Got him. Boom.
It's just my accent. I didn't type it out.
No, I'm saying if you enjoy 100 gex, then you're not a well-read student of literature such as myself,
Look,
and you wouldn't know the difference between that and then. Is the
it happened to me, and it'll happen to you. Things
It
that were
won't.
cool are now not cool, and things that are now hip.
I actually think it's the children that are wrong.
Yeah,
dude?
it's
No,
not,
dude, because you
though.
don't actually like listening to that. There's no way.
I really fucking love it. I listened to unironically the whole album from front to back, driving to a local, and I was fucking in tears by the end. Such a literal beautiful. I'm
Oh, you're
not being
so
ironic.
bullshit.
I think the ending of the album is one of the most cathartic experiences I've ever had in my
So
life.
full of shit.
It's so fucking good, dude.
There's no way.
God
There's
damn, the last
absolutely
song
no
of
way
that
that's your
album.
honest opinion.
It's so fucking good.
No, it isn't. Just admit. Like, it's okay. You can just say. You can just say it.
Ugh.
Like you're just doing it.
You know, you guys are boomers. I showed 100 gex to my dad, and he was like, "This shit slaps. This is the most amazing thing I've
Yeah,
heard in a
that's because
while."
your dad is cooler than both of us.
Yeah, can we have your dad on for the guest next week? Actually,
My-
he was really
my-
big.
Holy cow.
Yeah, my
I would
dad-
love to get your dad on here.
Me and my dad were talking about the Library of Babel today, and like randomly he just name dropped like Sonichu as we were discussing it.
Who?
It was I was like,
Oh, no, dude.
it was very funny.
Sonichu?
Yeah.
I don't know what I would do if either of my parents ever acknowledged the existence of Kris. Like, that's so embarrassing.
We need to stop recording this. I have no idea what you two are saying. Like, legitimately no idea what you're talking about.
Kris Chen is the only person who has ever been gang stalked.
What are you saying?
He's right though.
She's the only targeted individual on it.
Shout outs to
Who?
the Kiwi Farms listeners. We love you. We respect you. Please
I
don't.
don't know what that is, but
stalk us.
I completely disagree. That whatever happened, whoever was behind all of the shit that happened to her is evil, and we disavow.
Oh
it
yeah,
entirely.
yeah. No, they're definitely. That was definitely an ironic hashtag. Ironic shout out. You people are freaks and weirdos, but don't harass me, please. Thanks.